what happens when Commander S drops in. Welcome to another episode of the Conscious Collective. I'm here with Lucy.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about more grid work. We're going to be talking about our trip off to Malta. We're going to be talking about megaliths. And we are going to close the video with a segment that surprisingly dropped in when we were connecting with our galactic beings, our extended family. And yes. Lucy, you want to share more about what happened?
It was amazing. So we always like to connect ahead of recording, obviously, and we like to leave what is coming through relatively fresh for that day. We don't pre-plan in advance too much because we like to connect with the Council of Light and see what messages they most believe the collective want to hear at the time. We like to keep it nice and fresh. And so we did a big connection sort of practice, didn't we?
Beautiful.
It was so gorgeous.
It was so needed.
And we had the camera rolling. And so it has all been caught on camera, which is absolutely great. And so, we called upon whatever representative, whomever wanted to come through with messages for the collective. And yes, we had this gorgeous commander energy come through that as we were talking to him more and more, we realized that he was somebody who's connected through me before and through us before.
Yes, we've worked with him.
Definitely worked with him as well. And so, it was just a really beautiful thing that happened, really, that we wanted to share with you, because we want to remain authentic and we don't want to replicate it. We want it to come through in its purity, in its authenticity. So we will be popping the clip after this. So we really just wanted to sort of have a little chat around it first, just so that you understand a little bit about the message that was coming through and really its sort of deeper meaning and how it relates to us and the work we do as grid workers, because we didn't really get around to doing that when the commander was coming through. So yes, where should we start, Emily?
Well, shall we start with the fact that we're off to Malta?
I was hoping you'd agree. Absolutely. So Emily and I are going on our first trip for the Conscious Collective abroad.
Off the shores.
Yes, off the shores. We've held space at Avebury. And we have had
Chobham,
which was amazing. Obviously, there's portals all over the place, but Malta has been calling for a while, as have many other places. But Malta was the first one that we have planned to go to, and we're super excited.
Yeah.
The more we look at what is on Malta and Gozo, which is where we're staying, the more we are in awe, and we just know it's such a magical place, and there's so much to connect with there. So Emily knows it because she's been already. So.
And I have some Maltese lineage as well.
Which is amazing.
But it just feels like it's this treasure box. And we were talking to our podcast producer before, who also has connections to Malta. And he's just given, it was a few days ago, he gave us a long list of places that we should see just in Gozo, which it's tiny. Like Gozo, it probably takes about 45 minutes to travel around this island. It's not a big space. And it's just so rich with experiences and places that haven't been made touristy. So, we've got coordinate points. It's not even like go to this temple. It's coordinate points, wear hiking boots, wear trousers and go off. And that's just one of many. And it's just, how blessed are we, to have this fab studio that we can record this podcast from. Stevie, who does an amazing job. So a big shout out to him. And then for him to connect us with a shaman in Malta as well. It's just, we're feeling very high vibe and very excited and can't wait to do grid work there, and also allow the grids to heal me. You ready to receive some healing as well?
Absolutely. I think healings, activations, of course it does. I think every time I've ever gone and connected with the land, especially in the sort of grid work capacity, shall we say, I think anytime you connect with the land, you receive. But when I go with the intention to give and to be not give from me, but to be a conduit of energy through me, because that seems to be my kind of one of my main roles. When I do that, the land or my spirit guides always give me the biggest gifts, and it's never my intention. It really isn't. It's funny how it never ever comes from that place for me. It always comes from a place of I feel called to go somewhere to do something. And I feel the same with Malta. But with that, I always seem to just receive, like you're saying, either healing or an activation or something like that. And that's not my intention of going, but it is what will happen because, that just seems to be almost like the laws of this earth is that if you give with purity, if you give with purity of your heart and intention of just wanting to serve and just wanting to do the best you can for the collective, for the earth, for humanity, then you open yourself to being given the most beautiful gifts that you could never even have imagined receiving. That's how it feels to me. Just wouldn't even imagine the gifts that are given. So we're going to explore, and I feel like for us it's a big adventure because we're being drawn there, and we know that there's incredible experiences to be had.
Yes, there's a lot of well-known megaliths there, structures that have been preserved and researched, and we will certainly be going to see them, but I feel like we're getting the behind the scenes of what's actually there. I mean, my favorite megalithic place there was a place that I found out in a field. And it's just so exciting to be that close to the stones and connect with them and their energies and the information of what's going to come through, how they're going to kind of change my frequency. I can't even get the words out. It's just so incredible. So yes, it's that kind of behind the scenes. It's kind of happening a little bit with this podcast as well, because you're going to see behind the scenes here too.
Yes. And so that's what we're going to do. We are going to be filming while we're there. It's only going to be us filming, so it's going to be quite naive and raw. But we just want to show you and provide some information to anybody else who feels called to this work. It is so new, I think, but actually surprisingly there's probably so many other people that are doing this, whether they realize that that's what they're doing or not. We feel called to share the awareness of the type of work that is happening out there. And like I said, it's probably happening at way more than people realize, and people are probably just doing it thinking that they're feeling called to sacred sites and because they're curious about them. But actually what's happening is while you're there, you are encoding and connecting on a more energetic level to these sacred sites for the reason that they are energetic portals, and that we can connect to these energies, and that humans naturally connect to these energies because we're made of energy. So as much as you naturally connect with the energy of a tree when you put your hands on it without even intending that, you do the same when you visit these sacred stones. When people visit Avebury and they put their hands on the stones and they're kissing the stones, as Emily's said recently, they're connecting their through their hearts, because they love them, don't they? And even if that's where the limit of their connection is, so much more through their awareness, but through their heart and through their resonance, they're connecting on a deeper level to these stones. The stones are giving them gifts of grounding their energy, clearing their energy. And us as conduits are anchoring energies into the earth through these portals. And then once you start to consciously connect with the frequencies, that's when things really start to shift for the planet.
Yes, that's where a lot of that magic lies. So they really are technology, these megalithic structures. And from my understanding, they've been put in place intentionally, I think, to help heal the planet, to help stabilize her after the massive floods. The Younger Dryas, 11,000 years ago, there was a range of years it fell over, but it was to re-stabilize her and harmonize her. So they're like acupuncture needles in my mind that have been placed into the meridian points around the world. And from them, like the pyramids did, they're starting to find more evidence of that. Crops naturally are more abundant. people are healthier. And so people are naturally attracted to these points because not only is it helping heal Mother Earth, it's helping heal the children of Mother Earth, which is us. It just is a natural healing frequency and a beautiful byproduct of, I think, them being there to save our planet. So if you get called and excited by any of this, there will be other opportunities to join us in Malta. But I want you to know that time is illusionary. So after this, or pause this, if you want to connect with us in Malta, whether you're watching this 10 years in the future or not, it's irrelevant. And feel into that energy, that peace, that stabilization. And you can visualize your own energy swirling down into the ground, swirling above, or whatever healing looks like for you, whatever grid work looks like for you. You will be there. And that's what Commander S kind of came through to say. And it's that we can do this work on any time, place, or space, because I'm starting to see more of us, and I leave these kind of abstract voice messages for Lucy, like, oh, we're all doing Reiki at these megalithic sites and everything's illuminating and we're all channeling massive energy and it's all happening. We're all at the megalithic sites. We're all doing it together. And she's like, well, let's hold one event first before we hold multiple events around the world.
I said to you then, I was like, yeah, we are doing that and it's transcending time and space. Do you remember? Yeah. Because Emily was like, do we need to organise this? Weren't you? You were like, because you're seeing visions of this. And so you're thinking in your human form,
yes,
that's where we're going. We need to organise. And actually Commander S answered that, didn't he? He was like, this is what is going on in a much clearer way than I could.
It's like tap into anyone's intention of anything from peace onwards, that kind of, healing, peace, restoration, and collect that energy, work with that energy, tap into that grid of energy, and let that with the light workers unite and help heal wherever these points are.
And it was connect with the Lightworker network, so connect with all the other Lightworkers, because we're, like Emily said, whether it's in next week, next month, 5 years time,
or 20 years ago,
it all connects. We're working with energy and an intention that transcends time and space. So the intention is most important, more important than anything. And that is the intention to connect with all the other star seeds and all the other light workers on the planet to help amplify, to help unite, to help raise the frequency for them. And the when you start tuning in, Commander S was saying, it's like tuning into that grid frequency of all the other light workers on the planet is how we are doing the work together, how we can unite without physically being in each other's presence. So that was really insightful. I'd not seen it quite in that way before. And so when we come to doing our work at the sacred sites, we can take a moment to tune in to that frequency of the whole of the light workers, all of the light workers on the planet, and really start to play and work with our energy, connect with it, amplify it, help cleanse and clear any distortion for our light workers on behalf of our light workers, and really help each other out. And Commander S was saying, in that sense, then you're making life easier for other light workers. I mean, how empowering is that to know that we're not on our own doing this work, this personal work that we're doing, all this clearing of density, all of this energy medicine work that we're doing. We can help each other cleanse and clear by connecting. And I think Commander S did not say it at that time, but what I'm feeling is that when we go to these sacred sites, they're more potent and we can sort of help almost channel the energy both ways through these portals. I think these portals are going to become tools to help us do certain work, and I think I'll leave it at that for now because so much more is starting to come through and it's really exciting. But I think exciting. Watch this space when we get to certain certain nodes, I think is the word. Certain energy centers are going to be able to help with certain things. So I'm really excited because there are certain points on this earth that are specifically designed to tap into certain frequencies and amplify certain frequencies within us as humans. It works both ways. So I think there's a lot of that work that's going to be coming through.
As you're saying that, I'm seeing, as you drive in the countryside and you look off to the side, and it'll be like a little circle of these trees have just grown up and they're really strong. Like, what a potent energy node right in that spot to have all that life and abundance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they're everywhere. Yeah, they're all around us. So when we start looking at these sacred sites where our curiosity gets the best of us, we're like, why were they put there? What energy is going on underneath those stones?
Above and below.
What are the stones harnessing? What are they connecting?
And it's a massive grid of telluric energy, essentially. From my understanding, is not
huge. And the stones are made of crystal. They're made of quartz, obviously imbued with other crystals, hematite, which is magnetic. I mean, this is science.
Yeah, there's loads of
science,
chalk planes
technology
underneath a lot of this so that it works with the energy better. But yes,
it's ancient technology,
and this is the beginning.
It is. We're just starting to understand on a very basic level. But Emily and I are on a mission to understand it more fully, and understand how to reawaken the technology.
Yes,
because that's the work that we've been doing. Is we have been reopening portals, all with the highest good of the planet in our heart, always with the highest good. So we are working on the side of unity, on the side of peace, harmonization of the planet. When that's your strongest overriding intention, you are being drawn to where you're meant to go, to do the work that you're meant to do.
Nothing can stop love.
The trajectory is
Nothing can stop love.
Yeah, it's exciting. So we wanted to share that with you and share you a little clip of the channeled message from Commander S, who has said in that message as well that they will be joining us at our sacred site. So he'll be with us in Malta, as he has been in Avery. And watch this space, guys. Come along with us. We will share the journey with you.
Yes. So know that if your intention is to be joining us and working with that energy, we will be tapping into you and your energy field too. Join the grid.
Absolutely. All you have to do is set that intention.
Oh. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's always an absolute pleasure. We love doing this. If there's any specific topics you'd like to hear about, then just drop us a message. We'd love to hear from you. Until the next time, lots of love, joyful blessings. Thanks for joining us today. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you want to work with us directly, see the show notes below. Thank you.